bit behind, he does have an insane wombo combo. You know, that Fate Sealed can just turn an entire game around if you have the proper positioning, if you have the proper placement of that ultimate, and you catch the right people. You can turn a losing situation into something that goes into your favor. But now getting into the second phase of bans, a lot of focus coming onto Daton. They're not even, you know, trying to focus anything on Anran 9's champion pool, because they know he's going to go with the Kaisa. They're not trying to Shauma at all, because they know it's a lot more important to control that jungler. That's Han. And his pick will be the Xin Xiao, which, you know, is a good pick all around, but against a Yone, maybe a little bit of suffering. But looks like Enigma Galaxy, though, they got the Gragas. They're not going to put it in the support role, most likely, as a Nautilus maybe coming out.
Now this is going to be very, very interesting, because we know that this Gragas, when it gets into the hands of Enigma Galaxy, it can go either way, towards the draw or towards hide. And having the Nautilus picked up confirms that as well. We're going to be seeing a tank Gragas into the top lane to hold out KG if ever this is going to be a Jax. Isolation plays are going to be much more effective. The CC chains are just there as well to protect Aaron, to protect Demon Kite as well. And looks like it's not going to be a Yone jungle. It's going to be a volley bear for Joshi, in which we have seen a lot of times in yesterday's games. An adaptation by J-Team towards KT that they tried on Enigma Galaxy. NGX want to try it out as well.
That is a very ballsy move here by Enigma Galaxy. But yeah, taking a lot of inspiration from their games yesterday. Gonna be picking up that Volibear. This looks like an incredibly tanky composition for Enigma Galaxy. It's actually gonna be Aaron on that Yone. Demon Kite will be on the Corki, and they only have 1 AD. It's like KBG, they only have 1 AD. They actually will put Anran 9 on, not the Kaisa. He will be the one on the Jax, so it's going to be a Jax versus Yone matchup in the mid lane. A lot of mind games from the very first champ select here.
85% to 15%. That is the voting that we are seeing right now, and it does make a lot of sense. Keep Us Gaming is still just the best team right now in the world, period. Enigma Galaxy has a big responsibility to prove them wrong. This is the start, and they are really stepping on the gas pedal right now. They're showing their best foot forward already in this game number 1 of this best of 7 series. This is going to be intense, G10. This is going to be absolutely amazing. We have seen Andran on the Jax already into the mid lane. We have seen really, really work. Kaisa has shown to be one of the most difficult champions to actually come across, given the AP build and the Void Seekers just being such an effective poking tool as well. And NGX, they need to be ready with it.
They have to be very, very prepared. They had to have done their homework, because KBG is just going to come out the gates swinging. They don't want this to become a 7-game series. They want to win this in game number 4. But NGX, I believe that they can give KBG a run for all of their money. So let's get into it. The first game of the Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen. Enigma Galaxy on the blue side versus Keep Best Gaming on the red. Let's get right into the rift.
Let's give a little bit of a context on why Alan is picking the Jax right now, because it shows way back on how Nova eSports were able to take down KBG. The first time that they have met, they have shown really good promise, especially with their Yasuo composition. The second time that they have defeated KBG as well, they've shown that Yasuo composition by Neon and take them down for the second time. But the last time, the third time that they have met, KBG picked up the Jax into the mid lane, in which had a really good counter towards the Yasuo. So right now, that's going to be the same blueprint that they're going to be having against the Yone of Aaron. It can work, definitely, as a counter-strike works as a really good effective tool. But this is a different champion though. A Yone, it has more poke, more sustain, more shield as well, and can easily dash through the minions whenever it does want to close or just create them distance.
Oh, but speaking of just going through the minions, Anran 9 with a perfectly timed counter-strike into Yu head, but Pulverize gives the first blood over to Keep Best Gaming. Draw was a little bit too late there on the draw to be able to actually save his buddy. So this is going to be, you know, that kind of lead, that give an inch, they take a mile that KBG really wants.
Absolutely perfect timing on the counter strike. Also for Yu. This is the Alistar that they gave a proper greeting towards Nigma Galaxy the first time that they have met during Friday. 5-man knockup that dictated the result of that game as well. They have to be very careful because Yu is one of the best supports in the whole world for a reason.
He really is. I mean, the timing there, as well as Adran9 being so aware of the timing of that gank that he, preemptively used his Counter-Strike there. And this is just why, KBG is the best team in the world. They are so micro and macro in sync that it's really difficult for any other team to even come close, because it just feels like, KBG have a game plan in all of their heads, and they all, communicate it really, really efficiently to make it happen.
Right now, the communication says that Nigma Galaxy wants to take over KG here into the top lane, but given the rotation there of you, it's going to be very difficult to do that. So they need to try a different lane.
Yeah, now Demon Kite is just going to get shut down. Well, not even shut down. He wasn't even online to begin with. That Ton just comes in from the back, shanks him in half, and takes that solo kill for himself. And Adran9 going to be going on to Aaron, but draw is there. No ultimate on the Nautilus, though. Death Charge will not be available. So Adran9 will just be able to get out safe. But look at how confident KBG already is in the first 3 minutes of the map.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 kills, picked up 1,400 gold lead established here by Keepus Gaming just because of those minor mistakes that Nigma Galaxy is having in the laning phase. They have to really watch out for those ganks. They have the Xin Zhao, they have the Alistar, easy gap close champions that can set up for the follow-ups of the rest of the squad. And NGX, they don't really have that much disengage tools to begin with, at least for the first few minutes. So they need to be extra careful unless they have Hyde with them to get that really good cast for the isolation. It's going to be extra difficult. But
Yu goes in with a headbutt pulverized. They know though that Joshi should be around here somewhere, so they just take that knockup and go. That's it. They just needed to distract Nigma Galaxy a little bit, take a little bit of pressure away from their side lanes, and that is exactly what they need. Nigma Galaxy is not, putting any sort of pressure on KBG right now. They're just trying to survive the early phases of the game so that they can, be a lot more competitive when the objectives come through in about 40 seconds.
This is not a good start, though. 2,200 gold lead at 4.5 minutes. That is not the pace that you want to be if you're on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Right now, the team that we are seeing with more efficiency is KBG. To the top side.
Oh yeah, KG already trying to get a little bit spicy there, but he has been found by Draw. He will get stunned up. He's under tower. Hyde trying to get that last hit in, but it will still be given over to the support. Now Aaron in a lot of trouble here because Yu and Datan are both there, but he did flash out. There's 3 members of KBG right there, but going under tower without any minions, that's a little bit of a risky proposition. So they just bully Aaron a little bit to get out.
Yeah, have good access towards this Ocean Dragon as well. We have seen the pattern into success here in most of the games. Dragon is the way to go. You have to stack at least 2 in order to get that leverage against your enemy squad. And KBG is getting 1 out of that 2 already. NGX is forced to get that consolation prize of the RH that they can use here into the top lane. Hyde is here.
That's actually a really good engage, but that will be KG going on the tower. There's a disable onto the tower so they can just die very, very efficiently, very safely. That's why Joshi picks up that Volibear. Now Yu with the headbutt pulverized, trying to get at least something for their money. Demon Kite though with the Valkyrie. The big package coming in. That's on from the back. He is going to be taking a lot of damage, but there's a Kaiser. He can just go in big. That's Xiaoma. He is going to take out Yu, but Demon Kite versus Xiaoma is the play here. Hyde and Demon Kite are still playing together. That's actually KBG taking an L there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they managed to get a couple of kills here into the top lane as well, but NGX managed to survive, especially with the influence of damage here of Demon Kite was there. The exhaust was a little bit late as well. So now they have taken some plays into the top lane, unable to get that RH pushed though. So they can just transition here into the mid lane. Aaron is doing well, holding out against Adran9. Let's check this replay one more time. The depth charge was a good initiating tool, disabling tower by Joshi in order to deal the necessary damage to take KG down. Yu follows up actually engaging since he knows that Hyde is too low in terms of HP. Just trying to buy enough time for the rest of KBG to follow up. The taunt got slowed down though, since the influence of Demon Kite was actually there. They went for the double knock-up, triple knock-up, and then pushed the Volibear back. But Demon Kite still went through. Mid lane though.
Another big fight coming in, and there's a tower being disabled. UU is in the midst of it all, but he will not be able to get away. He gets finished off by Aaron, and now that mid tower is gone. NGX
second charge.
The very aggressive assault. That taunt gets caught up by the explosive cask and finished off by Demon Kai. Chama is the last man standing in that area, but there is KG in the bot lane. But that is 2 towers, 3 kills for Enigma Galaxy.
Yeah, and they cut down the gold lead here of KBG by half as well, taking 2 charges into the mid lane, taking 2 towers as well. That is just perfect to deny the rotations right now of Keepest Gaming, negate most of the rotations and effectivity across the map. And that's just perfect if you're against KBG. Right now, you can start contesting for the second dragon later on, and we're gonna be starting to see Aaron as well slowly scale up. This is the necessary advantage that Enigma Galaxy needed to start piling onto this game.
I'm absolutely loving this Volibear pick by Enigma Galaxy. Joshi, when he's with the rest of his team, he's just a tower, tower diving machine. He just uses his big boy bear leap, disables the tower, and then the rest of the team can safely dive in, and KBG just have to fight without their tower, which, that's the reason they were hiding there in the first place. So they either have to go back and give it up, or really try to use the terrain to their advantage and try to use Xiaoma's range as, their linchpin in that fight. But Xiaoma, he can't afford to get too close, or else he faces so much TC. There's a Nautilus, there's a Gragas. This could be round 2, but they will just be taking this tower.
Looks like they are going to be giving it up away. Mid lane is going to be contested though by KBG. To try and answer back, and that Aaron cannot do anything for the meantime.
Oh, that's a catch onto Joshi by UU, but Anran was a little bit too far away to actually do much about that. And this was Enigma Galaxy's jungle.
KBG just going to be stalling for the meantime, waiting for the next dragon to spawn up, since that is going to be their priority. It's going to be coming up in the next 30 seconds, in which we will start seeing KBG set up some vision there, especially that UU already went back into the base. Draw as well went back into the base, but he wants to settle something first into the mid lane, especially that there's priority by KBG on there.
Yeah, a lot of priority by KBG to just put Anran 9 in a split pushing lane, and do his Jax thing. Even though he is the mid laner, he's the one who's tasked with being the annoyance, the lane pusher that is supposed to distract Enigma Galaxy from, clumping up and taking the fight in the mid lane. But the dragon has spawned up already. That taunt is there. UU coming in with the headbutt pulverize, but will not actually be committing to that. KBG now bullied to the other side of their jungle by just Joshi and Draw, 2 very tanky boys, and they're the ones who are going to be starting off the noise with this Drake, this Ice Drake. That taunt will be going for the steal.
This is the luxury that Enigma Galaxy has with the amount of front lines that they have.
Oh, already they have catch onto UU and Renines there as well, but there's explosive cast onto just one member. They are kind of busy with KG though, and there's the package coming in. It's going to be secured by Joshi at the very least, and there's a Fate Seal onto 2. This is going to be the fight for Enigma Galaxy. Big catch on the dredge line. Xiaoma coming back in with his ultimate ability. He gets absolutely dogpiled by 3 members, and that is a 4-1 in favor of Enigma Galaxy.
Plus the dragon was secured by Joshi. That is just perfect in order to slowly diminish the lead that KBG initially had into the early game. And the way that they were able to deliver that was through brute force as well. That is a luxury when you have so many frontline champions. Let's check into this replay one more time because they really were desperate. KBG needed to contest. They tried to go into multiple angles, but it wasn't really enough. The package was really there to cut down the path here of KBG as well. Look at the damage into the Fate Seal as well, onto 2, denying of the Smite Steal by Daton as well, and then just a perfect follow-up. Xiaoma tried to split them up because they were chasing the rest of KBG, so who became the sacrificial ADC for KBG to strive.
Yeah, this is looking very good for Enigma Galaxy. I mean, KBG, they did kind of sacrifice Kai'Sa a little bit but that just gives Xiaomi like a little bit of leeway, and he will be able to actually take a lot. But they've already committed so much onto Iron 9. They weren't able to figure it out and actually confirm that kill. So it's going to be a kill there for Name Galaxy. But Demon Kite coming in. It will be that Todd paying for with his life. Xiaomi as well is in the target sights, and he will get taken out. A bite from Joshi will seal his fate. And now Yu on the run as well as Anran 9. That's a 2 for 1.
That will signal the Baron for now. NGX, they want to take this. Thon is nowhere to be found. Yu needs to be extra careful. He's going to be able to escape for the meantime. KG is here, but looks like NGX doesn't want to take Baron first.
Yeah, Enigma Galaxy don't want to risk that because it will take a lot of time. Even without the jungler for KBG, it still opens them up to the possibility of getting just turned on by Anran 9, as well as KG and Yu. So a lot of risk with that Baron, so they're not going to take that risk just for now. They will, although they will reset a little bit, and maybe in the next fight they'll be able to use that gold.
This is the problem when you have Jax into the mid lane, right? Or particularly just the Jax. Because this is the champion that can easily be kited, especially when the counter strike is down. And that way, Enigma Galaxy finds the opportunity to take Anran out, though he hasn't really dived that much here yet into the game, was able to escape most, if not the entirety of the time. But still, not being able to dish out the damage that he normally can do so is just a big problem for KBG, because normally he uses champions like the Zeri or the Kaisa, sometimes the Corki as well, big damage dealers. But with the Jax not yet working so far, he needs to continue scaling up in order to provide that split push potential. Right now he's in the bottom lane, but it's taking so much time.
Yeah, I mean, he is a Jax. They did pick him so that he could split push, but just split pushing and not being a force to reckon with the rest of your team is very bad for Anran 9's efficiency. So Enigma Galaxy can kind of capitalize on that and you know, match his pressure, or at least deal with his lane pressure, and then, you know, go together and use those big tanky boys to put a lot of pressure on engaging the rest of KBG's team. The Enigma Galaxy could conceivably just blow this game wide open without Anran 9.
Right now they need to be very patient. Scaling is on KBG's side as well. They have the Kaisa, they have the Jax, they have the initiation tools through Yu and the Thon. The only thing they need is a proper setup, in which they have demonstrated already during their Friday game against Enigma Galaxy. Right now, Infernal Dragon is just going to be weighted here by both squads. It's going to be spawning up in the next few seconds. And that's going to signal another team fight.
Yeah, that would be, because Infernal Drake is one of the more important Drakes to get. It's just straight up more damage. And that is something that every single team wants. Right now, it is something that KBG has the first pick of, the first priority on that Infernal Drake. The rest of Enigma Galaxy,
they're rushing it,
starting to funnel into it, but Joshi is going to be there. He's going to get knocked off there by the Cyclone. Will he be able to steal it? No, he will not. It's going to be secured by Daton, but the rest of the fight is starting to go towards Enigma Galaxy. They do have the first kill. Yu is incredibly low. They aren't able to get the Fate Seal onto Anran, but they do flash onto him. So aggressive by Enigma Galaxy. It's a triple knockoff onto the members of KBG. That is a 3-0 for Enigma Galaxy.
They managed to get the Infernal Dragon, but at what cost? That is 3 members down. The Thon is still alive, but Enigma Galaxy is eyeing on this Baron right now. They're going to be drawing attention towards KBG, forcing them to try and steal this objective, but I don't think the Thon is going to be able to do so. They don't have a secondary front line to try and check the area.
Yeah, they do not. It's just Xiaoma and Daton. And Hyde is going to be playing a lot of Interceptor here. It's going just to be a 3 Baron. No risk taken here by KBG. Not that they could have, because they just got yeeted to the side by that Gragas's explosive cast. So now, the next big objective is going to be that Elder Drake.
Let's check this replay one more time. Perfect use of the Thon onto the Smite, and also the zoning control there by KG is perfect to prevent Enigma Galaxy from having access towards the Dragon. But what they did not calculate is the damage that Enigma Galaxy can actually deal. That 3-man knockup by Aaron is just picture perfect, getting the backline access as the rest follows up as well, cleaning most of the KBG squad that allowed them to get numbers advantage to get the Baron. Right now they're sitting at 3,000 gold. Right now they're spread well across the map as well, getting more lane pressure and giving KBG a hard time.
Yeah, it is going to be a very hard time here for KBG because of that 2-2-1 spread. And Enigma Galaxy, they are starting to siege. They are doing the thing that they need to do here, which is not give KBG any openings, just play it as clean as possible. Yeah, they have very, very little wave clear, considering that they're pretty much all melee champions except for Xiaoma. And Xiaoma is a Kai'Sa, doesn't have the best wave clear in the world, so this is going to be a very efficient siege for Enigma Galaxy.
Towers falling down.
Oh, Aaron's already in their face, but he's gonna get recalled back to his shadow, his spirit, as the inhibitor towers start to fall. The mid is gone, the bot is gone. They now just have to work on that top inhib tower with the rest of the Baron buff they have, or just get out and reset.
And with the Baron buff, Enigma Galaxy is the first to break the base wide open here of Keep Best Gaming in game number 1. Goal lead slowly rising as well, but the game is not yet done. We still have one important objective that can turn around the events of time, and that is going to be the Elder Dragon.
Is this Elder Drake going to go to KBG or Enigma Galaxy? The answer will determine whether or not Enigma Galaxy can command this series into a lead for themselves, or will KBG like come back against this looking very oppressive composition of Enigma Galaxy. But Enigma Galaxy already started it. They are very high on the priority list for that Elder Drake, but it does seem like they are not committing hard to it yet. They're kind of baiting them. Yu has already been caught. They're trying to get a pick at least before they get it. Yes, they're going to commit everything onto there as Joshi jumps over the wall to try to distract the rest of them. Yu, with his unbreakable will, is still going to live. Not for long, though. He does get taken out eventually. But now they are going to lose the Nautilus. Joshi is on the chase along with Demon Kite. Datana and Xiaoma, they are just on the retreat, but Hyde is trying to keep them away even more. Aaron versus Aaron 9, the two middle laners, are in a little bit of a tizzy as Aaron does take so much damage, but Aaron 9 is still going to live. Now he's getting hunted down, though. Demon Kite and Joshi, they won't fight him at all. He's just hiding inside the brush. Hide on brush, ladies and gentlemen. A big reference to one of the other mid laners in League of Legends, the best one that we have seen historically for the PC game. A reference there for the best mid laner of the mobile game.
Right now, with Andron surviving, that is very, very crucial towards KBG needing to be alive. Group of 5 as well, because Andron is busy split pushing onto the side lanes. The only reason why Enigma Galaxy couldn't really open up the Elder Dragon is because Andron was pressuring in the mid lane, threatening for an inhibitor push as well. And right now, they're going to be going on the reset. Waves are even. And right now, they want to settle some vision here first in the bottom side. River, NGX the first to go. KBG is just lingering in the area. They can check through the Void Seekers here of Xiaoma. It's going to be very difficult because NGX, they're starting.
Yeah, they are going to be starting this Elder Drake up once again. KBG know that it is very difficult, very dangerous for them to go in first, and that's exactly what Ryu is going to be doing. But they are starting to clash here. Oh! There's a Fate Seal, and he has found Xiaoma, but he won't be able to secure that kill, and now he's down, and this is actually going the way of KBG. They've already got 2 kills. Hyde wasn't able to flash out of it.
The steal!
He's going to take it and secure that dragon. Demon Knight is down, Joshi is down, but that should be enough to keep KBG from absolutely dominating this game unless they just push down mid.
Perfect way by KBG in target selection as well. They know that NGX is going to be very desperate in securing that Elder Dragon, and it's still very healthy, so they focused on the champions. Aaron had a really good backlane access, but when he used a Solar Meld back, Andron was ready to take him on. And long death timers are already here. 10 seconds before Aaron spawns up, and that's not going to be enough time. Keep Best Gaming will land the first win.
Keep Best Gaming, they just kept the faith, went for the team fight, and knew that if Enigma Galaxy overcommitted to that Elder Drake, they had the opening that they needed to actually win that game. And you can see that that took a big toll